Welcome to the Pool Nation podcast, where it's all pool talk. And we ain't talking about netting and jetting or splashing and dashing. We're talking about becoming a nation of pool pros. We talk about the latest products, trends, and training in the pool industry. Now let's welcome your host, with over a decade of industry insider experience and still the reigning champion of Marco Polo, Edgar De Jesus, and his co-host, John JJ Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and Zach the Pool Boy Nicholas.
Welcome, everyone, to the Pool Nation Live podcast. I am your host, Edgar De Jesus, and yes, I am the reigning champion of Marco Polo, along with John JJ Flawless, the fastest netter in the West, and the famous Zach, the Pool Boy Nicholas. Today, we've got a great episode for you guys because we're talking about vision, collaboration, mentorship, education, and building something that could truly change the swimming pool industry. We're joined by Mike with Quick Shot Pools and Bellafina Outdoors out in Huntington Beach. He has an incredible background that goes far beyond pool construction, from over 20 years in law enforcement working fugitive apprehension with state and federal task forces to building one of the most unique collaborative design centers our industry has ever seen. We're going to talk about how Bellafina came to life, the lessons learned from the 2008 crash, mentorship for younger builders, creating a true customer experience, and why helping pool pros succeed is the key to elevating our entire industry. But before we do that, we want to thank our amazing partners for this podcast, the SPPA, Blu-ray Excel, Aquastar Pool Products, Natural Chemistry, Raypack, Heritage Pool Supply, Hayward Pool Products, Encore Brands, Poolside Tech, Pool Brain, Knee Deck, and Encore Filtration. Mr. Flawless, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing well, but I wish I could see you guys. This is kind of interesting here. I'm talking to myself twice.
Yeah. All I have to say is that the very first thing that Lou said when she came onto the podcast and saw your picture was like, damn, that beard is white.
Wow.
That's all she looked at. She looked at me and went, wow, it's really white.
Or she went like, Santa, is that you?
Yeah.
I did. Totally. I was like, wow, he does exist.
Yes.
You know what it is? His beard is starting to change now early in the year so that it goes fully white by December.
Oh, right.
know?
And then it just kind of reverts
It goes back.
It's
Yeah.
like a Benjamin Button type of situation.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Look, we preach, business acumen and teaching people, how to be great businessmen and women and about passive income and multiple revenue streams. And one of that for us is I do Santa.
I love it.
You know what I mean? So
you got to optimize those opportunities. I love it.
yes. Oh, there we go. Now I got video. Now I get to see my friends there in our studio. Hey.
Hello, friend.
Hello. So look, I'm doing amazing. I wish I was there. I'm kind of frustrated that I didn't get to be there, but fortunately it's for a good reason. My daughter is about ready to pop. I'm going to be a grandpa.
Oh,
so
wow.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
yeah. So she is due within a few weeks. Right. And so we're kind of on high alert, and we've done a little moratorium on travel and stuff. So I really wish I was there, especially for this one, because I love the story, and what you guys are about and what you've done and the similar paths I think we've taken, from different portions of the industry. And, we've had a lot of the same successes and a lot of the same roadblocks. And I think it's important that we celebrate, the wins and your story and what you guys have done for our industry already and what you're planning to do or will continue to do. And I just think it's amazing. From the minute we met over at your showroom that one night, I think it was like, midnight you guys were waiting for me over there. I don't know what it was.
I heard about that, John.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it was just, we were absolutely floored by the dedication and by the welcoming of you guys. And then obviously your showroom and what you've done. I'm excited to share with our community and the world about what you guys are all about and your story. And I got to listen to some snippets of yesterday's conversation that you had with Edgar. And I was pretty fascinated. So I can't wait to kind of dig deep into that, especially because look, I'm into true crime stuff. And,
Oh boy.
and watching that type of, when I was a kid, I thought if I was going to do anything, one of the things I was going to be a baseball player. I was going to be like an FBI agent or something like that when I was really young. So hearing some of the stories that you said yesterday of what you were doing and what you were involved in, I thought were pretty neat. So anyways, I wish I was there. Thank you so much, guys, for coming out.
I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
In your career, so you wanted to be a baseball player, right?
Yep.
Or you wanted to be in, special forces or whatever. Did you ever?
I don't know about special forces. I said FBI. Bro.
FBI. Did you ever think you'd be sitting here with Edgar, kind of doing a podcast?
Bro, that's the funny thing in life. The minute you think you got it figured out and something is going to happen, or you got the plan, God hits you with, smacks you right in the face with something else, right?
That's right.
And then but I wouldn't change it for the world, right? I'm in my happy place. I think you feel the same way too, Edgar. I do want to share one last thing, and I don't want to take any more time away from this podcast, but in our house, we have 7 people, right? I got my 4 kids. I have Janie and I, obviously, and then I also have my son-in-law that's staying with us while Thalia is ready to pop. But they've been looking for a place to live, and we magically made it happen, and we found her a house, and the house is right next door to us, to the left of us.
Nice.
So I'm like really stoked. And look, we got these little we bought walkie-talkies.
Oh my God.
five
are the
o'clock in the
nightmare
morning.
parents, bro. You are the nightmare father-in-law, right?
I'm like, good morning. You know what I mean? Oh God, yeah, for sure.
Bro, you just scared me to a whole different level.
Hey, I don't blame him.
You don't blame him?
2 girls, and I would be doing the exact same thing.
You would have the walkie-talkie?
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Oh, dude.
Mike,
we're a
would you
unit.
Mike, would you have the walkie-talkie?
Absolutely
not. Jay?
No.
No? Thomas? No? Michelle?
Look, I'm going to tell you this because this is something that, look, I don't really talk. When you're a father, obviously, there's certain things that really affect you or hit you. But yesterday, my oldest son, he's 20 years old, Bobby, said something just out of the blue. To him was completely harmless. But to me and Mama, it meant the absolute world to us. We were outside, we were looking between the 2 different homes, right? And we were kind of talking, and the kids were just, how kids are, and they're just having fun, new place or whatever. And Bobby is also going to be moving in. So it's going to be my daughter, my son-in-law, and my son. There's a casita at the house, but he's like, wow, Dad, what a dream to be able to move out and be able to live next door to our parents. I'm like, what? And I didn't really say anything, you know what I mean? But to think about it, I'm like, wow, dude, that really meant something to me, because, usually the kids are like, I can't wait to get the hell out of here. I remember when I was 17 years old, I left, and I love my parents and I thought they were amazing, but I could not wait to get the hell out of home, you know what I mean? Or kind of get away from whatever. And just to hear him say that to me was like, oh my God, that was pretty awesome. But, and that's just me getting old right here, becoming a grandpa and having these. That's the first time
that you ever share like that. You really kind of are getting a little mushy.
I am getting mushy because that really meant a lot to me. That really meant a lot to me because it was like, wow, okay. Because look, as a father and as a husband, I mean, what else do we really have as accomplishments as our family and our children, right? And to me, that's what matters the most. Money, I can give a shit about, right? It doesn't really matter. It is what it is. It's nice to have. It makes life a lot easier. But at the end of the day, what's important is family. And as I get older, it starts. If I randomly start breaking down and sobbing and crying during this podcast, you'll know exactly why.
His daughter's ready to pop.
Yeah, it is ready to pop. But anyways, I'm excited. And thank you so much. Look, the story that I heard yesterday was great. I can't wait to get into this podcast. Hi, guys.
Hey. So, Mike, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, dude. Doing great. We were out hunting beavers instead of felonies, looking for the Buc-ee's.
So, did you go to Buc-ee's or no?
We have not found it yet.
You have not found it?
That's on the to-do today.
It's a little bit far. Yeah,
we're going to find it.
They got to go, right?
Yeah.
You got to go, definitely, for sure. So, Luz, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm really excited to hopefully find a famous Buc-ee's. I've heard so much about it. I've heard it's an experience, an immersive experience.
It is.
So we'll learn more about immersive experiences later.
Yeah, absolutely. Jay.
Hey.
Vic. Vic. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. Just
How you
trying
doing?
not to pass out.
Trying not to pass out. Why are you going to pass out?
Cameras are on me.
Your cameras are on you?
Yeah.
You see this little red light
Yeah, I
right
see
here?
it.
Yeah, that
Been
little
watching
that
it
one
the
right
whole
there?
time.
That one's on you. It's showtime, baby.
Yeah.
He's doing Lamaze now.
Yeah.
Brief.
So, hey, we have in studio, we have Thomas from Pal Lighting and we have Michelle from Heritage. We are going to put a little bit of rotating chairs over here in a little bit, but they both are in studio. They're a little bit off camera. They get to sit where Mama sits when she boos us. But Thomas, how you doing?
You're doing good. You know, if Jay ends up passing out, you'll see me on camera.
You got it?
He's got me. Yeah.
I think Jay might pass out on purpose now,
I expect it.
especially after those pictures yesterday, remember?
I didn't think we were going to talk about those.
We're going to
didn't
talk
think
about
we were-
those?
I didn't think
oh,
we were.
weren't?
No.
We weren't supposed to talk about those?
No.
I don't think we
We
were
can.
going into detail on
No,
this.
no.
But we can.
Okay.
I mean, I guess.
I do want you guys to know that I do have your pictures. I shared them. So
Oh, I
don't
saw
know if
them.
You saw
Yes.
them. So.
Yeah.
Me and
I got
Thomas
to
were
see
looking at them last night.
Yeah,
We're
I
going back
got
and forth.
Together.
Did you post any of them?
3 of them.
3? Okay.
They just went IG official.
Yes, we did.
Michelle, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for letting me be here today. This is a cool opportunity.
We're excited to have you back.
Glad to be back.
You
Here
know.
to annoy you a little bit more.
Oh, you're absolutely amazing. I was excited when they told me that you were coming. I'm like, she's got this. Hey, anyways, before we jump into the podcast, let me do a couple things. I want to give a couple shout outs out here. Mr. Michael Kraus, big shout out to you. Jeanette, big shout out to you out there as well. Hey, for everybody, we are getting close to our boot camp. That's going to be June 6th, and it's actually a Heritage Pro Service Academy with Michelle. And that's going to be June 6th out at the PEP/Heritage in Van Nuys. And this one is absolutely sponsored by the Heritage Pro Service. So everybody can get out there, register. They have an education fund. They're going to cover it. So if you're a pool pro out there, you're kind of getting into the business. Normally it's $249 for the boot camp, but Heritage is going to take care of it for every single person that registers. So what I recommend that you do is you get out there and register, because we can only hold probably about 70 people just because it's a little bit of a smaller branch. And this morning we were already at 58
I
people.
was going to say, it's
So-
filling up fast.
Yes. And here's the scary part is Alex had sent me a message and said, hey, I got to get you the list of the people that we have that registered through the branch. So I need to jump on it. Anyways, go out there, go to poolnation.com. You will see the Pro Service Academy. Click on it. You can register from there directly. We'll see everybody out there. We're going to have coffee truck as usual, because we all know that coffee is important, right?
Mhm.
First meal of the
Absolutely.
day.
It's essential.
And then we're going to have lunch. We're going to have giveaways. We're going to have our first certification process between Heritage and Pool Nation for all the pool pros that show up. We're starting all those technical tracks out there. So definitely get out there. The other thing is for the women of the Leadership Drive. That's going to be May 21st. And we have a little special thing for the women that attended the first one and now attend the second one. They are going to get a 48-hour link for registration for the Women's Summit. So they'll go in front of the line for everybody. So Michelle's looking at me, but we just made that decision last week, Michelle.
Oh, that's a
So-
huge opportunity, guys. If you have not signed up for this, the Leadership Summit for Women is huge. It's beneficial. I couldn't speak more highly of it. Take the opportunity, guys. It is the best in our industry.
Absolutely. And it's completely free. So
Oh,
women
wow.
could just kind of go register. We do 4 of
Sold.
them for a
Yeah,
year,
sold,
right?
sold, sold.
They are a little bit different. They're not 1-hour webinars where, we talk about this or that. It's actually things that you will work on during that process. And by the time you're done, you have a blueprint of something that you're doing. So to all the women out there, we will see you on the 21st. Excited about that. And believe it or not, scary enough, nominations open next month for the Pool Nation Awards.
Next month.
Next month. And that's scary.
How is it already next month?
It's crazy, right? Because we got to open them in June. So we give them June, July, and probably the first 2 weeks of August for nominations. And then nomination night is going to be August 19th, which is going to be the night before the Women's Summit. So it's crazy. We're about to go full force here. So anyways, excited about all that. But you know what? I'm excited to talk about the topic today. And I want to tell you something, Mike. You know that I'm very passionate about, and we are, and John and Zach, we're very passionate about helping the pool pros. And, one of our number one foundational principle is really to help pool pros be financially successful. That's our dream. That's what we want to do. When Heritage introduced us over at the show in Las Vegas and we got to meet, you just completely reminded me of just full of the energy, full of the vision, full of what you wanted to do. There was so much that was so similar to what you're wanting to do, to what we were wanting to do. That day I jumped on board. I saw your vision. I saw what you wanted to do. And I'm like, I'm in. And so I know that that's your dream to do the same thing for the construction side, and you're already helping a lot of people. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we jump in and do that, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, wow. Let's see. Happily married, 30 years. My beautiful wife, she's sitting over there in the dark in the corner, but she's here supporting me. Family man, proud father. Son just actually graduated with his BSN from Long Beach State.
Nice.
Couldn't be prouder. I've been in business approximately 30 years, pool industry for quick shop pool construction. While doing that, I was also in law enforcement, as you previously spoke about, working for both the state and the feds, doing fugitive apprehension. Prior to all of this, I was in construction. I'm actually a journeyman carpenter by trade. Kind of switched gears when NAFTA kicked in, so I went through a downturn when, the industry, that trade went down, and then went into law enforcement. Never wanted to be a cop, ended up being a cop, loved it. And sitting on the bench, they thought I had a heart attack on the job, and I was off work for a while and decided to build my own pool at my first house. And next I'm a pool builder.
You're all in.
I'm all in.
Tell us a little bit about, the law enforcement, because you said you were, 20 years?
20 years. 20
years. What was that like? What did you do? What was...
Of course, started out just like everybody else, working the jails, working the prisons, primarily the prisons with us because I was a state officer. Had the opportunity to promote and get out into the streets, working paroles and doing some community service type things, reintegrating people back in the community. Then I start working special task force and things like that, working with fugitive teams. And next thing you know, we're getting swooped up by the feds because they needed to become a part of law enforcement in California. They have to attach to a law enforcement agency. Mm-hmm. They swooped up our team, and we became part of the violent crime task force there out of the LA branch of the FBI.
I've heard some great stories. I don't know if we could share it or not, but I'm going to ask anyways, okay. Jay. Because
ask him.
Ask him.
Yeah, ask him.
Yeah. Right. See, so I kind of talked to Jay a little bit. I'm like, should I ask? Just ask,
just
bro.
do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
So rumors are that obviously Whitey Bulger was, obviously this mobster that kind of went into hiding for 100 years.
Yeah.
And pretty much everybody thought he's gone. He got away with it and all that. And so kind of heard through the grapevine that you were kind of part of that apprehension.
Yes, I was. So yes, our team was the one that was activated to follow up on a lead that came through the desk. I've had numerous leads, if not hundreds of leads over the years. And, whenever something pops up in your area, you have to vet the lead and find out whether or not it's true or not. Yeah, so we've happened to follow up on this one and hit pay dirt. Yeah, we actually, went over and interviewed some people at, the place where he was staying, and were able to put a plan together, and we were able to, kind of coerce him out into the open where we needed him to be, and we were able to take him into custody.
Yeah. I remember hearing in the news, so I love all the mobster stuff. I'm a big, kind of listening to all mobster stuff, but you might not be able to share, but I'm going to ask anyways. But rumors is, and at least on the TV, they were saying that they were able to, that the way that they got him out is that over the garage, he had some type of thing, and they got him out to say that they broke in. And
that's pretty damn accurate.
Pretty damn accurate? Okay. It was the news. I just don't know, because you know how it is.
Look,
so.
hold on. So, Mike, I told you that I'm into the whole true crime stuff, right? We dig and watch that. So are you telling me that there has to be some unsolved mystery or FBI crime, like some type of reenactment or show that you're being portrayed of? There's an actor of you, you know what I mean? Are you a movie star and we don't know it?
No movie star.
Yes.
No movie star?
Absolutely.
No movie star. But thanks.
I'm sure somebody out there has done, because that is quite the story and quite the person.
There's been a lot of spin-offs of Whitey Bulger in his life and his career as a mobster and things like that. But, and there's been some very accurate ones, and then some that were very, far-fetched and Hollywood.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm in no means been approached by anybody or asked to do anything like that.
Have they done any, like John is saying, have they done any new ones where they reenact him being arrested? I don't think I've seen any.
I don't believe so. I know that they've done, small exposés. I forget the TV show, but it was something similar just about the capture. But we were, to my knowledge, nobody on our team was interviewed except for our task force commander.
Yeah. So for all the young ones out there, and Zach, if Zach was here, he'd be like, "Who's Whitey Bulger? Who's that?" You know. So he was a mobster, right?
Big mobster from Boston. Yeah.
From Boston, and I think he was an informant or something like that. And then he kind of got away, and
At
they
one
could
point,
never
yes.
find him.
Yes, he
Yeah.
was.
So
I think also Mike mentioned if they made a TV or a movie about him, he'd want The Rock to play him. I went the true
Now we're
he
getting
told me.
somewhere.
Kevin Hart, man. Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
that is so freaking awesome. Let's go.
Someone reach out. Reach out to Dwayne.
Yeah. We'll have Michelle reach out to The Rock and kind of try to line
got
that
you.
up for us over there.
She's
So-
already taking notes.
She's taking
like,
notes.
I got
She's
it.
ready to
It's
go.
like, I got the hookup.
She's showing us. She's kind of doing a WhatsApp call to him right now to see if he'll answer. So you go from in the task force, capturing fugitives, obviously very high adrenaline, very kind of exciting kind of things. You kind of retire and start going to the pool.
No, I was actually building pools the entire time.
Okay.
So I started building pools back in 97. And so, like I said, it's nearly 30 years that I've been doing this.
Mhm.
97, they thought I had a heart attack on the job, and I was off work for 11 months. I bought a brand new house, needed to get this project done for my son's first birthday, trying to figure out something to do with my time, and figured, why not build a pool? We started, and I started seeing where I was spending money and allocating certain things, and I was like, you know what? I can do this. So I'm off work, and I've got neighbors moving into the same development. Hey, who designed your project? Well, I did. Well, can you design mine? Sure. So I'm doing this and drawing plans, and next thing I know, they're asking me to build a pool, and I think after about 5, my wife was like, hey, you know what, you better get a license before you get in trouble. So
Smart.
yeah, we ended up doing that, and then we ultimately ended up moving more towards not just building for ourselves, but building for the community. So I started servicing myself as the other companies as a sub. So I was dealing with a lot of large franchise companies. I was doing their rebar, their plumbing, their shotcrete, gunite, primarily at that time, in the industry before Shotcrete got big. Yeah, it was great. And then 2008 came, the economy, started crashing, and we said, okay, well, how are we going to survive this? So we decided to just build and service QuickShot, and got rid of all the other equipment and materials and stuff like that. And we just kept QuickShot nice and strong and let the other stuff go, and stayed focused on that till, I got hurt in 2007, took a fall chasing a fugitive at work. Pretty much was almost the end of the career. I worked a little bit after, but had a hard time. Ultimately ended up having about 7 surgeries to get myself, to where I was able to function properly. We just decided, I'm going to retire. They made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and I didn't look back. We did this, and we just went full force with QuickShot. And then I was really, at that point, able to put my plan into motion with Bellafina of actually creating the design center that I've always wanted to for ourselves. And I got into partnership with Heritage and the tile vendors and things like that. Pool Corp, NBT, Hayward. We had big support from Aquabella, Fujiwa, Artistry, MSI, all of them. So around maybe 3 years ago, we started this pilot program and just really wanted to see where this thing was going to go. The vendors, distributors, everybody was really impressed with what we had going on. Our closure rate was going great. We said, all right, we're going to move from this little 1,200 square foot facility to a much larger facility where we're at now, which, of course, we've allowed, have had you in and John in to witness it firsthand. So you guys can, I'm sure, speak about it a little bit and tell everybody about it. But yeah, it's definitely something to see. And it's something that our plan is to allow all contractors to actually come in and utilize this facility as their own design center with any threat of being intimidated or anything else because, another contractor's in there. So what we've done is we've actually removed QuickShot from the entire facility. This place is a standalone Bellafina design center. QuickShot has its entirely own separate place down the road. There's no connection, basically, other than me because I'm the owner.
Now, let me talk to you really quick about, QuickShot, because you've got 2 things that you've built, right? So you kind of come out, you stop doing all these other things, you focus on QuickShot. What areas do you service? What things do you do in construction? Do you do certain things and not do other ones? Do you do all in, where if somebody wants a Disneyland in the backyard, you're like, I'm in?
Well, that's pretty much us. A one-stop shop for construction. I hold multiple licenses as well as certificates for inspection as well. So under the badge of QuickShot, we are a one-stop shop. As I mentioned, we have all our own teams. We sub very little out. Everything is done in-house. We hold a C27, C53, General B in terms of licensing, as well as I hold a IRC and IBC certificates in inspections, a building inspector. So I'm also a building inspector that is a consultant for a few cities within the LA and Orange County areas. So I go in and I help those people, or, if even the contractors board calls us to come in and try to point things out in the right direction, we try to do that. But that's what's really getting me towards going where I'm at, because I don't like the black eye that the industry gets from people doing things the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, I want to be able to step in and say, hey, you know what, let's catch these younger guys that are coming up in the industry and teach them the right way, so we don't have to have this shadow upon our industry. And if I can help them, whether it be in construction methodology, actually learning how to estimate properly so they're not driving prices all over and crazy through the industry. If they need help with design, we can help with design. We can teach them how to build a proper estimate so that way, they can actually make money and not go in the hole and be, productive. So there's a lot of things that we're willing to help people with. They just need to come in and trust us. And there's no charge to this.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's amazing, right? Because I think, and we shared the story yesterday of mine when I attempted to kind of start to make the transition, and very quickly it was like, yeah, that's not for me. I'm not going down that road, right? But would I had somebody that said, hey, you've got to make sure that they test all that plumbing under pressure, right? I learned that afterwards because one of the other guys was like, well, the plumber never tested anything under pressure, right? I didn't know, but if I would have had somebody that would have been able to kind of guide me through that. And I think that's what this industry needs. It needs a lot of those people that are willing to go out there and be able to help other people, right? And at the end of the day, we all win, right? It's a better industry. There's a lot better relationships. If there is a piece of business that's within your area, they're going to call and go, yeah, this is Mike's area. Give it to Mike. Do that. And you build those amazing relationships. So now you've got Quick Shot and full construction, and you're doing all these projects. All of a sudden, you kind of have this vision and this dream of, I want to create this design center, this showroom. Not only that, I just want to share it with everybody and everybody could use it for free. I'm sure that you had a lot of crazy looks coming your way, like, you're absolutely nuts. You're an idiot. What are you doing? Because
I've actually had, some of the major distributors in the industry actually look at me and tell me straight to my face that, hey, your business model makes 0 sense. And they very doubtful and, questionable. And say, look, if you're not in this to believe in me and watch what this does, then there's no place for you here. I'm going to mention a name right now and then say, hey, you know what? It's not that we don't love you. It's not that we don't love you. But hey, you know what? Unfortunately, we had to actually just bring Pool Corp down off the wall, NPT down off the wall. We had all the vendors, distributors, and everybody up under one roof. So we were very proud to have, Heritage and Pool Corp under one roof, along with all the other tile suppliers. So our end customer, whether it be the homeowner or the contractor, had all the choices under one roof. They can make their decision for themselves. Everybody wins. Everybody has a fair bite at the apple. Differences of opinion, things like that. I decided, look, this isn't for you at this point. I had my team pull their tile off the wall and deliver it back nicely. Mm-hmm. We went ahead and brought in Artistry. So we have we're a direct distributor for Artistry. So we have them up on the wall now in their place. Not to say that, if we have a customer or client or contractor that wants to come in that has to have something from NPT or Pool Corp, we can still facilitate that that sale for them. We were happy to do that for them. Again, we'll see, what happens in a few months or a year when they see that this model does work, and they might want to come back. We'll see.
So where does the vision and what's obviously you have a vision of what it is that you want and what you want to do with it. So take me back to that moment that you said, here's what I want it to be down the road. What's your vision for it long term?
Long term, I want to bring some normalcy back to the industry. When I started, I didn't know how to build a pool. I was a carpenter and a cop. I didn't know anything about swimming pools. But you know what? I got to meet some people. They pointed me in the right direction. They gave me the hand up, showed me what I needed to do. And I'm like, look, I can do this. And it got easier and easier with time. And over the years, nearly 3 decades of learning and falling and getting back up and building yourselves and working through downtimes in the economy and things like that. There's a lot of life lessons that were learned, some good, some bad, but all for the good. I'm a survivor. How many companies that in this industry that have failed over the last 30 years because of mismanagement? So this is the thing is I want to be able to capture these people young enough, or even if they're established companies. Hey, you know what? We all have something to learn. I can learn from them. They can learn from me. I'm not saying I know it all, but at the end of the day, if we're able to share across the board and be willing to share like it used to be back in the day, I think this industry is going to be a lot better. My intention is to truly change the fabric of the way business is done in the construction side of the pool industry. So by opening our doors to everybody, I think that's a great opportunity. Yeah, people might think I'm crazy, but at the end of the day, time is money. So a contractor can come in here, instead of taking his client around to 5 different stores, hey, it's one stop, it's one shop. They can buy everything through us, or they can buy it through distribution through us. It doesn't matter. They're still going to pay the same price. We're giving them that option to be able to make life easier for themselves as well. Mm-hmm. Also, hey, contractor doesn't have time to be bringing their client around, but their client doesn't want to see just 3 pieces of tile, blue tile thrown at them. Hey, you know what? Go down here, Quick Shot, meet with my rep. My rep's going to personally show you what we offer in your price range. So we're going to have sales associates set up for each of our contractors. So contractor can contact their sales associate at Bellafina. Hey, you know what, Daniela, we need you to show, the Martinez family, these tiles from Noble. This is what they're looking for. Can you please get that done? And also, can you have them look over here at this Lanata Bay coping? Great. We're happy to do all that. So it's going to be a very personable thing, whether you're there with your client or if you send your client, we're going to take care of them one way or the other.
Yeah. And Jay, I'm going to pick on you.
Yeah, go for it.
So you've obviously been to the show floor. You've been around.
Oh, yeah.
You've been to all these, from your perspective, walking into this showroom, why is it so different than everything else that you've seen out there?
It's like a Disneyland of just tile and fire bowls and everything you can touch, smell, feel. It's an environment where you want to be in and take your time. There's chairs to sit down. There's coffee. Take your time, walk around, see all the beautiful tiles that everybody has. We have a beautiful selection of Aquabella. Heritage got great. Fujiwa. Artistry. So that way it gives the customer time to walk around and look at everything. I'm not afraid of the competition. Competition is healthy. So if somebody wants a tile from Aquabella Heritage, they're going to go get it. But here they can see it all. They can't just see, 10 tiles. They'll see 50 tiles on the wall. And there's an experience that you won't have anywhere else. Some of these showrooms are very small, dingy. You have just small sample boards everywhere. Stuff's not organized. You come in there. I mean, I put this wall up. It's 50 feet by 12 feet high. That took me 3 days to build. Yeah. But sweat and tears go into it, but it's beautiful.
He sounds a little bitter.
Not bitter at all.
This big. Just kidding.
And that's just his display.
That's just my display. Yeah. So just go in there. It's a Disneyland on steroids of tile. Yeah. And it's not overwhelming. It's impactful. It's easy. Walk around, take your time. Nobody's rushing you. You got all these other things going on. You got water features. Hear the water drip, coffee brewing. It's an experience.
Yeah, and I think that's the best way to describe it. It's an experience, right?
Yeah,
it's like nothing that we've seen. John, obviously you and I went out there and we were able to see it. But for me, John, it was, you talk about it all the time, and this is your vision for a lot of the things, is we want to create the Disneyland, right? So if we do a boot camp, John's like, it needs to be a Disneyland for pool pros. They have to be excited to be able to see it and want to do it and want to touch it and want to. And I think when I walked in through that door that day, that I was there early in the morning at 8 a.m.
I think it was about 8 hours prior to that. Right?
Oh, Lord, yeah. I had to go home.
Jay didn't stay, bro.
No, 9 o'clock, I was out.
You were out. And then Luce didn't show up either.
No.
Yeah. I was at home.
But to me, it was like you walk in through that showroom and it had some of that, John, some of that Disneyland feel where if I'm a customer and I'm walking through, normally what happens to me with a pool build is the builder's going to come to my house, or maybe if they have a space, I'm going to go see their 3D design over there. And exactly like you're saying, all the places I've gone is just a little bit of tile here and there. But there's no fire bowls, there's no slides, there's, no coping, there's none of those things. And so walking in and right there, as soon as you walk in, you've got the fire bowls with the outdoor. You've got all these different bowls and you've got them running with fire and you've got the water features. And so it was kind of like that candy store where I can come in and I can go, I want that, but I want that with that. Right?
I call it the Willy Wonka experience.
I love it. I love it. So John, you walked into it. What was that for you?
I look at it way deeper, right? And maybe call me crazy or whatever, but I don't think we're focusing enough on truly the importance or the impact that this vision can have on our industry, right? And I mean it in a way of I can't tell you how many times I've walked into a backyard on a newly built home or a newly built pool or backyard, and we've gone through things and I've talked to customers and they've learned about things or products or different styles or different possibilities that were available that they were robbed of that experience simply because the person that was selling it to them or the outfit that was building it was either uneducated or was under this lock of I only deal with this vendor, and because they don't have it available, it isn't an option for this customer or for my client. And I call that complete bullshit, right? And to me, and imagine spending, and I've had this, oh my God, or imagine spending $250,000 on a backyard, right? And not knowing about and learning about something that you would have died to have, that would have made the experience, or something that was they were told that wasn't possible, that sure as hell was possible. It just wasn't possible by that vendor or that manufacturer, and another manufacturer was capable of doing it, right? But they weren't given that option simply because of it. And the impact that it has on that end client, right? Or on that customer and on our industry. Let's take it a little bit further. And, it is just unbelievably frustrating, the hypocrisy that we have sometimes. We talk about we're here to take care of our clients and our customers, right? But only if it falls within this box that we, this stereotype, or that we assume that, oh no, if it's not within these lines, you know what I mean? It's not possible. But, what Mike and team and what you guys are trying to create and do, I think is true customer service, right? Is really what we need to do in order to be able to bolster up our industry, right? Make it greater, make it better, so that people that get to enjoy their backyards have an experience of a lifetime that literally affects people from generations to generations, and
100%.
helps us down 10 years from now, right? These decisions that we make now, right, will affect the pool guy or the pool girl 10, 15
Thank
years
you.
from now,
Thank you.
that are getting into the industry because either we made a great impression with them or they had one shitty experience and they didn't get to use the pool, or the pool went to shit, or they chose not to buy the pool. So the kids didn't get to swim in it, and the grandkids don't get to swim in it, and they don't get to experience it. So now their children's children aren't probably going to be looking for a pool because they haven't had
That bad experience.
When we're looking at this, go, wow, dude, you're getting really deep, and but that's really what it's about.
But that's what also affects the industry from the beginning, from that standpoint, right? Because it's the builder that starts the experience, right? We as pool pros come later,
So,
but that
yeah,
all starts with
The design.
and again, look,
that
I'm
build
going to keep going,
experience.
Edgar, because I'm trying to keep my mouth shut a little bit, but I'm going to keep going. But it's just so frustrating too. It's like when you create the space, and it's like with us, right? We have expectations with all our visionary partners, and when we first started, they looked at us and said, "Hey, no way this is going to work." Right? It just doesn't work that way. How are you going to have two competing manufacturers sponsor or in the same spot educating and teaching? Right? It's just not going to work. And we said, well, watch. This is the only way forward, right? This is the only way to do it correctly. If we're truly after educating the pool pros, we can't put them in a silo like what I was talking about and say only this and everything else doesn't exist. When you get like with your showroom, the unfortunate incident that you had, with SCP or any other vendor or whatever it may be, to me, it's just our jobs as salesmen or being a part of this industry with our clients is to offer solutions to their needs and to their lifestyle needs or what they're looking to do. And sometimes that might mean that we go from one vendor or to another vendor simply because one option isn't available with one and you have to do it. But we need to allow the best product to win, right? You know what I mean? You shouldn't be so worried about your competition unless you feel you are inferior to them. And if that's the case, then maybe you need to step up your game and you need to figure out and come up with a better product or a better solution for the people that you're pretending to provide for. It really hits me in my heart, and it frustrates the crap out of me when I hear this type of stuff. But all I can say is, Mike and team, you guys, kudos to you and what you've done. When I walked into that showroom, I was in awe, right? And I was like, wow, this is amazing. And what was so amazing about it too is we were two different entities, right? With almost the same dream in different areas. And you guys were out there. It felt good for us because we knew there was other people out there that are fighting that good fight. You know what I mean? To get our industry to that level. And when I walked into that room with all the different vendors and the beautiful showroom and how welcoming you guys were, and everybody, it's always, well, what's the catch? What's the catch? What's the catch? And it's hard for them to swallow or imagine that we're literally trying to better the industry, right? We're a part of this industry. Believe it or not, when the industry does better, in turn, I do better. We all do better. You guys have just absolutely knocked it out the park. And I thought it was definitely that Disneyland experience that you guys were able to provide.
It's
right? And you guys walked the walk, which was very impressive for me. So that was my take of your guys' space.
And it is completely impressive. I know a lot of people are going to be listening to this, but go to the website and check it out and see the videos that they have on there. Hey guys, let's do this. It's been an hour already. Let's take a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we will continue.
Pool pros have specific needs when it comes to general liability insurance. The SPPA program has you covered. With 3 tailored and customizable general liability options, SPPA makes it easy for pool pros to feel secure. Find out more and get covered at thesppa.com. U.S. Motors Neptune Variable Speed Motor provides a versatile replacement solution for all your pool pump motor needs. This motor can communicate with pool control systems, provide low voltage options to work with time clocks, and can be installed as a standalone pump motor. The Neptune motor can be easily installed on existing pumps, upgrading them to a variable speed pump without the need for replumbing. Enjoy energy savings and quiet operation by installing a Neptune Variable Speed Motor today. For more information and to find your local distributor, visit usmotors.com/pool. Blu-ray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blu-ray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blu-ray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BluRayXL.com.
Blu-ray all day.
Aquastar's new pipeline cartridge filters, available in 2 sizes, deliver top-notch hydraulic efficiency along with best-in-class filtration performance, approaching that of DE filters. Uniquely designed, open pleat spacing means 100% of the media square footage is usable. And these claims are backed by NSF test results. Designed with the pro's time and comfort in mind, the patented double locking system improves safety and ease of access, making filter cleaners faster than ever before. Available now. Ask your supplier for pipeline filters today.
Natural Chemistry, a leader in specialty water care solutions for over 30 years, is proud to provide products that make pool service easier than ever before. Its unique enzyme formulations in Pro Series Pro Blend improve efficiency of your pool program while reducing frequency of filter cleaning and scum lines. Natural Chemistry is also well known for its wide variety of phosphate removal solutions that include a non-clouding formula in Phos-Free and extremely high-range removal with Pro Series Phos Remove or Phos-Free Max. Save time, save money, save work with Pro Series products. Stop sacrificing durability or efficiency with the help of Raypak's new Avia HD models that utilize NITEC, their exclusive industry-first technology. NITEC heat exchanger technology is Raypak's latest solution to superior strength and maximum efficiency when it comes to residential pool heating. With 900% more nickel compared to copper nickel in critical surfaces, NITEC creates an ideal surface to protect against scale formation and erosion without compromising on Avia's 84% thermal efficiency. Learn more at raypak.com/NITEC. The next evolution in lighting is here. Universal Color Logic 2.0 from Hayward. The latest in pool and spa lighting was designed with you in mind, making installation a breeze. Upgrades include a detachable cord and first-of-a-kind adjustable lower catch to overcome variations in plaster thickness. As always, Universal Color Logic lights retrofit into virtually any in-ground pool or spa while delivering industry-leading, vibrant color. Visit hayward.com to discover more.
Yes.
Welcome back,
Smiling
everybody, to the Pool Nation Live podcast. We continue our conversation with Mike. We got everybody in studio. See, we got a lot of people going on, right? We've got Thomas over there. We're playing the hot chair. So, Thomas, how are you?
Doing good.
Yeah. Figured we'd give you some.
Jay passed out, so I had to come in.
You had to, he was really nervous. Did you see him when he was talking and his hand, he was talking about his
shaking
hand was,
and
yeah.
everything. It was pretty crazy.
I saw you kind of going, Jake, just calm down, settle down.
Tried to help him out. Yeah.
It worked.
It worked? Did it work?
Oh, he's back
alive.
now.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Luce, did it work or?
I think halfway. Yeah, I still see the deer in
the
headlight
headlights?
situation. The nerves are still kicking.
The color's coming back.
You know what, bro? You killed it.
Thank
You were natural.
Nailed
You killed it. I'm just messing with you. You totally killed it. Anyways, so let's come back to the conversation. We're talking about you have your construction company, and obviously with the construction company, you have to have the crew, you have to have managers, you have to have, I was in the truck yesterday, you're making calls and they're calling for city permits and they're calling for this and they're calling for that. And, you got an entire team that you have to run that side of what you're doing. And then obviously now you're opening up the showroom, you're trying to help. So that takes an entirely different team.
Building a whole new army, basically.
So what is that? And how many people do you have?
Well, I mean, currently on the quick shot side, we're 30 plus, everything from, sales to designers to, laborers. I mean, all the way down the line, all aspects of construction. The Bellafina side of it is, we have designers, we have sales people, we have floor associates. And then, of course, we have, our guru of marketing, our director of operations right here, Luce. That's why we brought her around today. She's going to be sharing a lot. We're actually looking to hire more staff. So Luce is going to drop some tea on that, and we'll
nice. So she's looking at me some tea. You know me, I like to spill tea.
Well, I tell you
Which,
what.
you know what? Like, I'm going to put it out there, but John, we've been teasing that we're going to spill some tea. And I had to get some NDAs in place. I had to get some NDAs in place yesterday.
Somebody drank some tea.
So they drank the tea yesterday, didn't they?
Like super hot tea.
It was really hot. It was scalding hot,
Spicy
right?
tea.
So what did you guys think about that tea? Good tea?
It's very good tea.
Amazing tea. So,
Amazing tea.
Really nice.
Yeah. So anyways, that's all we can kind of leave it.
No,
to
we
that.
needed that because everybody they're thinking we're crazy because every time we talk about this, right? They're like, it's only these
Everybody's
three
saying it's
knuckleheads
fake.
that keep talking about it, right? You know what I mean?
Best
What
cup
the
of tea
hell
in the
is
industry.
Edgar,
How's
Zach,
that?
and John, going on about, and they always
Thank
say
you.
something, I think we always end up delivering, but this is more tea than we've ever been around before or talked about. This is unbelievable. And you guys had a chance to get a little taste of it yesterday. So
This is tea party type of tea.
Tea party.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
tea party.
saying.
There we go. So anyways, we're excited about it. So obviously, with that note, let's transition it to Lou. So it was really exciting to be able to kind of get to meet you. And obviously, she got sucked into the pool industry, right?
100%.
100%. She's in the pool industry now. Well, she's a lifer. She can't get out. And I had to ask her because I'm like, your transition. So tell us a little bit about, first of all, what you were doing, what you're doing now, and then we'll leave that little tea of how you got into the pool industry after.
Absolutely. I'm actually a transplant. I've spent over 20 years in shock, dismay, the beauty industry. So I went from an area where brand development, marketing, and pretty much all things operations, working with vendors overseas, vendors here and everywhere, chemicals and all of those different things for all types of nail care products, into a completely different, exciting world. So it's all about storytelling, immersion, and all of those beautiful things. And I just couldn't resist Mike over here. He has such a vision. We were having a conversation, and next thing I knew, I was signing on the dotted line. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm learning about pools now and all these pool tiles and all these amazing things. And it was just infectious is the best way that I can put it, right? Where I love beauty. I'd been in it for a while, but I've done it, all the things. you will find my products pretty much anywhere you go into retail in the United States and across the world. And now I just wanted a little bit of something different. And when I met Mike and we started talking, I could literally just envision this place and this opportunity to basically break the mold and do something amazing for an industry and elevate an environment. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is such a cool opportunity. So then I was just kind of like, hey, so can I help you? Just a little. I can help. So it's amazing stuff, and I'm really excited about it. Mike mentioned we're growing the team. That's a big focus for us. We're looking for designers. We're looking for show attendants. We're looking for all the different things. So we're going to have an open house on May 30th. Please stay tuned. Follow us on Bellafina and get the details. I had to drop it.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
I have to.
But
Take
I
the
love it that you guys are
opportunity.
already looking for more staff, more designers, staff for the floor. That's absolutely, amazing. And by the way, I get it, because when I first talked to him, he's just excited.
It just
he's
oozes
the passion,
out of
it just
him.
oozes.
It just oozes. You can't help it.
Yeah.
You got to drink the Kool-Aid. I mean, it's not even an option.
So you come from outside the industry, and I think it's neat too, right? Because you get something in the infancy stage, especially when you do marketing and you do that kind of stuff. A lot of times what you want to do is be able to get something that's brand new and be able to take that baby and just kind of get it to kind of blossom. So you're coming in at the perfect time, right? Where it's like you're going to be able to create the story, tell the story, do all those things. And so to me, it was like, well, Mike, how did you find her?
Well, a couple things. One is that with this type of change, I have envisioned about changing the fabric of the way business is done, is I felt that I needed to get somebody from outside the industry, but yet somebody that knows the industry or that can complement it, and knows the ins and outs of the marketing and operations and things like that. So believe it or not, my buddy Jay over at Aquabella, we got real close over the years and things like that. Invited them over to an event that we had at Bellafina that we hosted. I think it was a Canelo fight or something. We put up on the projector and big screen and up inside the design center. And we had, about 60 people there that night and had a good time. And he happened to bring his wife, and, we got to talk a little bit and introduce myself. And at this time, the center wasn't built to what it is today. It was completely different. Had a talk with her, and I thought it went well. And then a little while later, next thing I know, I have Luce, and she's like on board, and we're ready to do this. So I couldn't have asked for a better person. I mean, the strengths that she brings to this team is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then what she's done, our grand opening was an amazing success. We had probably over 300 people in and out of the doors. It was only supposed to go through a 4-hour period. And I had people there 3 hours before the event, and I didn't get home till after 7 o'clock that night. So
Wow.
it was amazing turnout, and I have to say it was all due to Luce and her vision and her marketing and making things happen.
That's awesome.
Kudos to you, Mike. I can't stress enough the importance of bringing in, fresh new minds from the outside right into our industry. Too much. I was just having a joke with somebody on the phone a few days ago. We were chatting, but our industry is very recycled. And it's, once you're in, and you're one position, and they're another company, and then another company doing a different role or whatever. And that's fine and great. And I want everybody to be able to have a career and be successful. But, sometimes you need to be able to get some different outlook, right? We tend to have, I think one of the biggest hurdles for us is a lot of folk in our industry, they're jaded, right? Or they're tunnel vision, and they have a perception of how it used to be or how they think it's supposed to be, opposed to being more open to, change or the times and the new generation and a different, fresh look on how to approach things. Luz, for you, you come from a completely different industry, right? We talk about cosmetics, beauty, or however you want to look at it, but is it really that different if you think about it? I preach this all the time, and I say it, I go, one thing we all have in common in your industry and our industry is people, right?
Exactly.
And if you understand people and branding and messaging, you can be successful in any industry that you put yourself into. You need to learn, obviously, the specifics and the products and so on and so forth. And maybe there's a little bit more of an educational hurdle because you don't know that, but you bring in a fresh perspective, that helps drive this innovation or this change that our industry needs. I think it's amazing that you reached out or you went outside our industry and brought somebody in to head a revolutionary concept and help you or help her and your team lead the way into what you guys are trying to accomplish. So I thought that's pretty badass.
I appreciate that, because that's something that, you know, I definitely wanted to do, is not bring in the heavy bad luggage and baggage that people come being recycled through our industry. So by this, and being able to have these one-on-one conversations with Luz and kind of give her the vision that I have, she sees it and she runs with it. There's very little I have to do. She already has it, and she's building it exactly the way I envisioned it. And I mean, she's just a natural. She's killing it. I couldn't be happier.
Thank you so much. And I have to admit to this, I was actually the one stalking Mike, because after that first conversation and just his vision on collaboration, cross-pollination across the different aspects of outdoor living, and just the impact that can be made into the industry, the support, and just those key learnings, I think that's what reeled me in. Having the opportunity to take an industry and elevate it in all different levels. John, you talked about how everything is kind of symbiotic, right? And kind of how everyone supports each other. We set up the structure for the future experiences. That's exactly what I wanted to be a part of. I wanted to have the opportunity to leave my thumbprint on something this big. And honestly, I was just like, whoa, this is huge. This is so big. It's such a big vision. And this is going to revolutionize the way that this business is done. And as he was talking through his vision, I was like, damn, that's my mission too. I want to do that. I want to learn that. And my husband and my father-in-law, they're, like pool talkers all the time. Obviously, you pick a lot of stuff up over the years. And I was just like, this is cool stuff. This is an amazing vision. And being able to change it from a very transactional and very just, here's your thing, here's your thing, here's your thing, to come on in, let me transport you into this world, sit down, have that experience, and then optimize the time and the process for builders while they're learning. So it's just been an amazing experience, and I could not be more grateful to Mike and to his family and to the team for all of the things. And thank you guys so much for having us here and letting us spread the word about this, because man, this is it. Talk about groundbreaking.
Yeah, I love the idea of just absolutely, changing the industry. And I know John talked about it a little bit, and Mike, and people will tell you that your model doesn't make sense, that it'll never work. And that's what they've done to Pool Nation from day one, right? From the first day that we wanted to do things, they said that, and we'll spill some tea soon. I do want to apologize because I cannot get into my feed, and I know that there's a whole bunch of people watching. I had to take some screenshots on there. That's why I was kind of a little distracted over here, kind of going, God, and logging out and logging back in and trying to get in. And I wasn't able to see kind of everybody that's been online, but I know that there's some people that are on here. And let me see if I can look really quick so that I can give a couple shout outs out here. Big shout out to Janie, the Chlorinator brother. I saw that you registered for the boot camp in Van Nuys. Looking forward to seeing you out there. Jacob, big shout out. The team at Bellafina's is watching. Big shout out to Frank, Christian, Carla, Galata Stone.
Galata Stone.
Who's that?
That's one of our main vendors, our main stone and hardscape vendors.
All right. Big shout out to them out there. Joe Evelyn is on there. Maria, Danny, big shout out to all you guys. And then Christian, we call Bellafina Outdoors a dream center. And that's exactly what it is. Yep. We came out to the podcast. You wanted to bring some of your partners to come out here and kind of talk. And we're able to meet, Thomas yesterday, which, by the way, big game player. Right? Because, John, we brought Ethan on to take over some pictures, and you know how Ethan gets. Ethan gets a little crazy, gets a little wild, and I think he does it to see how much people will kind of... and
how much he can get away with.
Yeah, and man, Thomas was like all in. He's like, sure, what do I need to do? I need to jump off this, building? What do I need to do? I'm in, and so...
I think that's just the way I try to be, is all in when doing anything, and it's the great thing about when I met Mike last year in Vegas, getting to see and hear him talk about his vision of what he was doing. And it spoke to me into the fact that, we don't have something like this in the industry. And I think it's one of those things where, for me, I'm based here in the Dallas area, cover a large area. We have our other rep, Giovanni, who covers the West Coast, and he couldn't make it in. But, as we're talking through it, I think we don't have that nationwide. I mean, here in Dallas, I get customers all the time going, hey, where can I go see all your products at one spot?
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough challenge because, yes, I have that in somebody's backyard. But how often is that homeowner or that builder going to allow their competitor to go into a pool they built and see what they've been doing? It's very rare. I mean, there are occasions, but it's very rare. So it's very uplifting in this industry to see somebody who's wanting to pull everybody together. And for us with PAL, you know, we have some unique things, very well known for our strip lighting. It's kind of our go-to, what people think of us as. But unfortunately, a lot of people miss the fact that we have pool lights. We have landscape lights. And Mike shows all that off at his facility and how we can operate them. We have different operation platforms. So we have our own platform where you can use a remote or a Wi-Fi app, but Mike has it set up where it's going through a Hayward system, where we can still operate our lights through a Hayward system. He's going to add into a pool attendant, which we can take it up to another level with DMX lighting, which is kind of some programmable lighting. So some unique things that we can do that you're able to see in one location, which is very nice for all of us to be able to see different products and everybody's product. Because again, like Jay said, competition's great. We all can work together and fill voids where other people are not being able to meet those.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's a customer that chooses, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
And it's a symbiotic opportunity where you're optimizing all of the different experiences for the end customer and talk about having that happy experience for families and generations to come, right? And that's the goal.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
yeah. And lighting is one of those that's a huge one that, you know, unless the builder's coming to you and kind of going, you know, here's the opportunity to put lights here, and whether it's coping or, you know, all these different, you know, lighting opportunities, but be able to go to your showroom and see them all, and, you know, and just being able to be a customer and be like, even if it's something simple like, oh, well, there's my kitchen area. Well, I want some LED lighting under it, right? Or I want, you know, but the problem is unless they walk into a showroom like that, they're not going to be able to see it and have that experience. And I always talk about it. I'm a person that I know what I want once I see it.
Exactly.
Right. And it's a biggest struggle with my team, with the developers when they're doing websites and stuff like that. I'm like, that's not what I want. They're like, well, what do you want? I don't know. But that's not it.
And
right.
That's what we see. We see a lot of people, it's a customer driven on lights, right? The homeowners see something on Instagram. That's what they want. You know, they want to see something and they want to see it in person. They want to see and touch and feel it. And that's not available everywhere for them to go in and do, which is a great thing.
Yeah, we create that perfect discovery opportunity for all of the different aspects. And to your point, you don't know what you want until you see it. And once you experience it, you're like, wow, you know what? This is what I want to see. And it also creates a really good opportunity for our builders to expand and to reach, right? Because maybe they weren't thinking about getting into a different area, but now they're seeing all of these opportunities. They're discovering through their customers. And they're like, you know, I wonder if I could ...
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, one thing that's really nice about PAL as well is we had a contractor that came in and they were very interested in the PAL lighting and application and how this fits and how that fits and stuff. And, you know, I can only educate so far. I don't know everything. What was the beauty about it was I was able to get on the phone with Giovanni. Giovanni and I were able to put that contractor in connection with them, and they have a team, right? If you can maybe want to talk on this a little bit, where PAL actually has a team where they'll help the contractor actually do a complete light design for their projects, and we're able to facilitate that out of our facility because they see the lights firsthand, and it's like, okay, how does it come together?
Yeah, we have an in-house guy here in the States that actually will give us a plan of what you're wanting to do, or just say, hey, I need some help. Can you help guide me on this? You know, we want to help the industry and help with the builder and all that. So we can do anything from a full light design to landscape to the strip lighting to the pool lighting, or you just say, hey, I want some strip lighting, or hey, I'm really thinking about doing landscape. I've never really gotten into it. Can you help me design this? And we'll do that in-house. So we have that for you guys. It's a free service. We don't charge for it. And so it's just a unique thing that we try to help the industry with that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, really quick over here. Now people have noticed that my freeze is my comments are frozen. So people are now starting to try to push some of those on there. So I got a couple more people. Natalia from Heritage is out giving us an out over here. So big shout out. Question for you, girl. You going to the Women's Summit? She better be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you giving her the green light?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, look, I love that. Right? She's like, absolutely. She was the next generation female leader from last year. We absolutely love her. And hey, You better be at Heritage in Van Nuys when we go over to do the boot camp, because if not, John and I are going to take that very personal. And also, Jen Melee, big shout out to you, girl. I hope that you guys are doing good. Have Chris give me a call. I want to touch base and see what you guys are up to out there. Guys, let's do this. Let's take our final words from our sponsors. When we come back, we normally get final thoughts, but we're going to put Michelle on the hot spot. What we're going to do is we're going to throw 10 questions at her very rapid fire, and she'll have to answer to see it. Look at how she's looking at me like she's giving me a dirty look like, no, bro.
We can do it.
We can do it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I like about Michelle is like, Michelle's always game. She's like, Michelle, let's do it. She's like, let's do it. I don't care. You know,
Challenge accepted.
I tell her, let's run with scissors. She's hell yeah, let's do it.
She shoots from the hip.
She's not afraid. So
Not afraid.
She's like, I'd rather get slapped in my hand than not do it. So let's go. Anyways, let's take a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll talk to Michelle.
Pool pros have specific needs when it comes to general liability insurance. The SPPA program has you covered. With 3 tailored and customizable general liability options, SPPA makes it easy for pool pros to feel secure. Find out more and get covered at thesppa.com. U.S. Motors Neptune Variable Speed Motor provides a versatile replacement solution for all your pool pump motor needs. This motor can communicate with pool control systems, provide low voltage options to work with time clocks, and can be installed as a standalone pump motor. The Neptune motor can be easily installed on existing pumps, upgrading them to a variable speed pump without the need for replumbing. Enjoy energy savings and quiet operation by installing a Neptune Variable Speed Motor today. For more information and to find your local distributor, visit usmotors.com/pool. Blu-ray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blu-ray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blu-ray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BluRayXL.com.
Blu-ray all day.
Aquastar's new pipeline cartridge filters, available in 2 sizes, deliver top-notch hydraulic efficiency along with best-in-class filtration performance, approaching that of DE filters. Uniquely designed, open pleat spacing means 100% of the media square footage is usable. And these claims are backed by NSF test results. Designed with the pro's time and comfort in mind, the patented double locking system improves safety and ease of access, making filter cleaners faster than ever before. Available now. Ask your supplier for pipeline filters today. Natural Chemistry, a leader in specialty water care solutions for over 30 years, is proud to provide products that make pool service easier than ever before. Its unique enzyme formulations in Pro Series Pro Blend improve efficiency of your pool program while reducing frequency of filter cleaning and scum lines. Natural Chemistry is also well known for its wide variety of phosphate removal solutions that include a non-clouding formula in Phos-Free and extremely high-range removal with Pro Series Phos Remove or Phos-Free Max. Save time, save money, save work with Pro Series products. Stop sacrificing durability or efficiency with the help of Raypak's new Avia HD models that utilize NITEC, their exclusive industry-first technology. NITEC heat exchanger technology is Raypak's latest solution to superior strength and maximum efficiency when it comes to residential pool heating. With 900% more nickel compared to copper nickel in critical surfaces, NITEC creates an ideal surface to protect against scale formation and erosion without compromising on Avia's 84% thermal efficiency. Learn more at raypak.com/NITEC. The next evolution in lighting is here. Universal Color Logic 2.0 from Hayward. The latest in pool and spa lighting was designed with you in mind, making installation a breeze. Upgrades include a detachable cord and first-of-a-kind adjustable lower catch to overcome variations in plaster thickness. As always, Universal Color Logic lights retrofit into virtually any in-ground pool or spa while delivering industry-leading, vibrant color. Visit Hayward.com to discover more.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Pool Nation live podcast. We continue our conversation. I do have to come back and give a big shout out. Carla is on here going, shout out to Jamon, one of my favorite reps. who is Ramon? Is it Ramon? Is it Hamon? Is it, what's the story?
So Ramon is what my mom calls him when she's a little side-eyeing him.
When he's in
but
trouble.
When he's a little bit in trouble, but Hamon is Jamin, or Jay, my husband. So yeah, you can just imagine taking someone home with the name Hamon to a Mexican household. That is not fun.
Why Hamon?
That is his actual name on his driver's license.
Wait.
On his
what?
driver's license.
It's Hamon?
It is
Sí,
Hamon.
Jamin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Jamin. Oh, okay, that makes sense now. But somebody some Hispanic like me had to come and say Hamon and kind of
all
right?
the time.
Was that you? You did it? Oh, okay. I'm like, we figured it out. She's like, no, I'm not me. So, anyways, hey, really quick, I want to come back out here. Shout out to Jay from Aquabella, and that's Gallstones.
Galata.
You're getting all the shout outs all of a sudden, bro. What's up with that? And you were nervous.
Well, it's making me feel more comfortable.
You know what he's doing is he's giving out free products for shout outs. That's what he's doing. He's sitting out there. Anybody that give me a free shout out, you get a box of tiles. John, weren't you trying to retile the pool? Just give him a shout out right now, real quick.
Yes.
Hey, before we come back, and I know that Mike, you wanted to bring something up, but Bellafina is amazing. You have to see it to appreciate it. It's too hard just to explain to someone. You have to experience it like the Grand Canyon.
Wow.
That's a good one. And that's the
That's
truth.
the one.
It really is true. It's because a lot of times we talk about showrooms and stuff, like it really is an immersive experience that we need to do. I want to talk about the Outdoor Plus.
100%. Wow. The Outdoor Plus, man, they offer so much. So they are one of our leading vendors.
Mhm.
You know, we're a direct distributor for them. I tell you what, I mean, we have probably the largest display of all their products in our facility. We have everything from their fire bowls, their fire pits, their Vidal section, the barbecue systems, whether it be a 4-burner, 5-burner, pizza ovens, refrigerators, Santa Maria, wood burning. I mean, we have it all. And without Lupe and his team over there at the Outdoor Plus, I mean, they have just made our showroom, you know, their products alone have made our showroom the centerpiece of everything. You walk into our showroom, I mean, you see a towering feature that holds over 20 bowls that has water coming down with fire and everything else coming out of it. And this is all, you know, just with the simple conversation and a lot of cooperation from Lupe and his team. We were over at the international show over in Vegas when I met you.
Yeah.
And I had about a 2-hour conversation with Lupe, and he just says, hey, you know, I believe in you 100%. And he says, you see this giant tower that we brought here? And he says, I said, did you build that for here? He goes, yeah. He says, how'd you like to have that in your showroom? I said, man, I can't afford that. I know how much each one of those bowls costs. And he says, you going to be in your office on Saturday? I said, no, but I will be. And he goes, good, because it's showing up. And that Saturday, we had that towering unit inside our facility. And that is, I mean, a story in itself when you see it.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
It's amazing. John saw it and he said, I want one of those. Like he did. Seriously, I'm not joking. Like that day that he went, he's like, I want one of those. That's amazing.
Yeah. No, they make a great product. They stand by every bit of it. And the support that I've received from them has been unquestionable. I mean, it has just been great. And I tell you what, our customers just love their product. I mean, their barbecue systems are phenomenal. You know, I mean, everybody sees a water bowl and a fire bowl, but when you put one of their bullet burners, you know, in their system, you're talking flames like you've never seen before. It's something to see.
Yeah, it really is amazing. And again, that's one of the things when you walk in, right? It's towering.
Mm-hmm.
You could see all the fireballs, and that kind of starts to set the experience right there.
100%.
So,
That's what transports you into Bellafina land.
yeah. And then I still remember that you had the Volkswagen
Yeah.
kind of bus with the fire kind of going on.
Custom Volkswagen VW microbus that's a fire pit. Yeah. And, you know, we get those and we can custom make them to any color combination that somebody wants or requests to match their personal bus. Put that order in and he'll have it ready for us.
That's really cool. And we absolutely love Lupe. He's just full of energy. He's just one of those good guys in the industry that you just root for from day one.
You know, he has the same thoughts in the industry as you and I do.
Mhm.
You know, he shares that same thing about consistency in the market, trying to bring a level playing ground to everybody and elevating it to show contractors, hey, you can utilize this to help promote yourself and make a bigger impact for your own name and things like that. So great guy. Just his whole family. I mean, every bit of them, they're wonderful.
That's awesome. Hey, big shout out over there to Bianca. I saw you on there. Big shout out. So I think we should kind of continue to spill a little bit of tea?
I think
You
so
think
too.
so?
Can I spill some tea?
Go ahead, drop it.
Awesome.
Drop it all.
We
Go,
got
John.
clearance. We've been talking a lot about support and really being there for the community and elevating pretty much all aspects of the business. With that in mind, we have a new introduction that we're working on, and it is the Bellafina Pro Academy. So we are a center for education, discovery, and really all things that are going to be supporting the pro builder community. There's going to be a lot more coming up on that. So please follow us at Bellafina Outdoors. You're going to be getting a lot more information on workshops, education opportunities, how-tos, and all being taught by our amazing vendor partners who really have that same goal. They want their product to be discovered. They want to have that opportunity to really showcase the how-tos and how to do it right the first time, and how to basically just optimize time for our builders. Because to your experience earlier, if you do something and it's not done 100% correctly, there are other things that will happen, right? We're creating that platform and that ground for learning, development, exposure, and then also cross-pollination. So please stay tuned. Lots more stuff to come.
Yeah, and we will continue to kind of reshare that. And we had a great conversation yesterday about it, and the education piece about it. And I'm excited because it's like you're doing kind of something similar that we're doing for the pool pros, but for those for those builders that are just coming in. And you shared the story of somebody that was new, 2 years in the industry. He kind of came to you and you kind of helped him through every aspect of, let me help you with how you bid it out, right? And look at your contracts and all those things. And you kind of helped him through that process and gave him that, that one-on-one attention. And then next thing you know, he's got 6 builds under his
exactly it.
booked and stuff like that. And so this is the same thing, but they're going to get that hands-on experience to be able to do it, which, look, I'll tell it to everybody out there. Pool pros learn by doing. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't learn by watching a PowerPoint. We learn by doing. So it has to be put in an environment where they're actually holding the tools and doing it all, one-on-one.
100%. This young gentleman that you were just speaking of, I actually met him through Jamin.
Mm-hmm.
And
who's Jamin?
The ham guy over there.
The ham guy.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, this is a kid that, I shouldn't say kid. I mean, he's a grown ass man. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's new to the pool side of things. He's been in the pool industry with his family for a couple decades. I mean, they're pool pros, but they're new to the building side of things. And he wasn't afraid to reach out. And we spoke. And after speaking with him for about a good hour, I started diving into his contracts and diving into his, his estimating software and things like that. And we're able to get him on the right track so that way he doesn't get himself into trouble. And, we put him in how to make a buck here and a buck there, right, and where he should, and how to build his estimates and the proper products to use. And, he's had his license for about 3 years, only had 2 pools under him, but I've been dealing with him for 3 months and he's got 6.
Nice.
So yeah, things are looking up for him. We have his designer come in. They utilize our design room. They plug their software right into our system, goes up on a 75-inch screen, and their customer's sitting down, full immersion.
Yeah.
And it's closing.
Yeah. John, I see you looking over there, and I know that one of John's things is he wanted to build. No, you're not allowed to build. I'm gonna be like, I forbid you. No, what? So we have Michelle, and we brought Michelle in. So we were excited to have you come back.
Excited to be back.
So
guys,
I thought
thank you.
When all of a sudden I turned and there was Michelle. I'm like, oh. So anyways, we're excited to have you join us. And obviously you guys have been a huge part of this project. And I'm not surprised. I mean, Heritage is forward thinking. You guys are just open arms to different ideas and helping pool pros and helping people in the industry. I just kind of want to get a little bit of your guys' thought from being able to work with Mike and kind of partner with him.
Such an honor, Mike. It really is. But also we align in so many things, the forward thinking, the customer experience. The customer is always right. And that's truly what you've built out in the showroom. You're a legacy customer as well. So 30 years experience growing with us through our legacy brands, through our legacy branches. People have been texting me this entire podcast of, you're on with Mike, you're on with Mike. And I'm like, yeah. So you have a fan club at Heritage. So very cool. It's an opportunity for me even to sit here today, but learning about the education today is even more aligned to what we're trying to do on the Service Pro side, but to have a builder opportunity as well. I would say builders are probably the most stubborn in learning, so good luck. PowerPoints will not work as my one tidbit of advice, but oh my goodness, take the bull by its horn. They need it so badly. And if we can support you in any way there, we continue to outreach and support you in all the ways. But again, the showroom that they have, guys, I know we've touched on it a couple times. In our industry, we're always talking about the upgrade, the new and different, the how to look at things differently. This showroom truly encompasses all of that. So when you're thinking, hey, I need to bring a customer in, how do I show them what all their opportunities are? And don't limit them on X, Y, or Z. We don't want to showcase those 4 tiles. Let's bring them into 50 tiles. Maybe they thought they wanted a blue tile, but really they wanted that white pool, or they wanted the beige pool, or they wanted a smaller pool, and now they want the hot tub extension and the grill. And adding in the POW lighting. It's adding in those opportunities that never existed prior without your showroom. So we talked about it earlier. It's not a design showroom. Exactly. It's truly an experience showroom. It is Disneyland. So I just wanted to add to that testament of saying what you're doing is futuristic, but also it needs to be the standard.
Thank you. Thank you.
It needs to be the standard. I love that. So, by the way, you have a little fan club over here going on too, because let's see here. Michelle is the boss with the little arms and 3 heart emojis. Okay. And then I went, what about me? And they didn't say you too. They just said episode is full of bosses. So they didn't even give me a shout out. You see how you avoided that? Don't think I didn't see that. I was like, she didn't say I was a boss too. She said it was full of bosses. So anyways, big shout out. That was Natalia. So big shout out to you out there.
Thank you, Natalia.
Anything that we forgot to talk about before we close the podcast?
Boy, I mean, we have so much going on. I mean, every day it's something else and 10 other things are added to the list.
I think I remember one.
Enlighten me.
You guys are going to do what in partnership with them?
Oh, yes. So
you made me panic there for a second.
Yes,
I'm like, am I not supposed to say it?
No, we're good.
Is this another spilled tea for me?
Yes.
So with the Anaheim branch, Felipe and his team over there, they've signed on and agreed to doing a quarterly open house. So we're going to be having Heritage coming out, doing a quarterly open house at our facility. Our facility can hold up to 500 cars in the parking lot. I mean, so we're going to be having full vendors just like we did at our grand opening. So we're going to have everybody under the sun there. So it's going to be a hell of an event every 90 days or so. It's going to be something big. So, yeah. So
let me know how I can further support that crazy opportunity.
Yeah. Yes.
No one is doing that.
Yes.
Another very unique. Come on, guys.
Yes.
Take the tidbits here.
We will definitely be reaching out for all of those tidbits.
So, Mr. Flawless, I'm going to close with you. Why don't you give us some final thoughts? I know that we threw it off a little bit here. Normally, here's where we take a final word from our sponsors, but let me get your final thoughts.
No, look, I did it like I always usually do, and I kind of go on my little rant before the end. I just want to, again, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, we really appreciate you guys and what you're trying to do and the good fight that you're fighting. We need more of this in the industry, and, I hope you inspire others and you somehow, some way you change the mindset of the many unfortunate in our industry that are very single-minded or have that tunnel vision, and you show them how we can all succeed together, right? We're all in this together. So Mike, Luce, it was a pleasure meeting you. You guys just keep fighting the good fight out there. Love having you out on the podcast. Anything you need from us in the future, moving forward, we'd love to be able to partner with you and help you and showcase you and help you move that dream forward. You guys are some of the good guys out there. So much appreciated. Sorry for my rants. Hopefully I didn't piss anybody off, but if I did, so what? These are the types of I don't know, it gets me fired up and gets me motivated. And it's the whole reason why we did what we did, as Pool Nation, and why we created what we created, right? We have that same vision. And I just love that more and more people are out there fighting that good fight. So thanks for coming out. And I'm sorry you had to spend all day with Edgar. I know it gets exhausting sometimes.
He took us to some great coffee, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, well, that for sure. But did he take you to Summer Moon or did he take you to Aussie Grind? Aussie Luck, yeah. Next time we're out, I'll be there. Okay, and I'll take you to Aussie Grind. Nice.
I knew you were going to say that, bro.
Okay, and we'll take you to a different coffee shop.
I know what you're going to tell them when they come out.
Yeah, for sure. I will. And I'm glad you got to be the first to see the tea or enjoy the tea or hear about the tea or whatever it is. But thank you so much for coming out, Michelle. As always, Heritage, you guys are just rock stars.
Thank you.
And it just proves that you say what you say and you do what you say. And, Heritage, time and time again, it's a breath of fresh air for our industry that somebody as impactful or as big or as important as distribution or one of the main players out there embraces this type of thinking, right? Where we are in this together, and it's not about you or them. It's about who can do it better or who can do it best, and give everybody the opportunity to make that decision instead of confining them into that little box we talked about. Thanks again for doing that, and can't wait to see you guys next time.
Awesome. And congratulations to you and your family.
Yes.
Oh,
and
appreciate it, brother.
John, don't
happy
be jealous,
grandpa.
but we have a little outing tonight for dinner, and a little birdie told me that I had to tell you where we were going.
Oh, but you threw me under the
Just tell me,
bus.
you're going to sushi.
I had
A
to.
little birdie told me that I have to tell you.
How would he know it was you? You threw yourself under the bus.
He's gonna know it's me. So great. Now she's gonna throw me under the bus.
Where
Yeah,
are you
I
guys
am,
going?
fully.
Just tell me sushi, and then I won't feel bad because I hate seafood.
Del Frisco.
Ooh.
I don't know. Michelle is even jealous.
Hi, I don't have plans tonight.
You do now.
Give me extra guests.
Yeah, we'll order another steak and eat it for me. Okay.
I think Jamin will do that.
Let me tell you, we have to take John to dinner with you guys because that's an experience right there. Because that would be what? Tomahawk, right? That'd be just start. And
Oh,
that's
100%.
just the beginning of that
Yeah.
whole experience. So, hey, big shout out over here to Madrid. Jacob, big shout out to you again. Maria from Ensenada, big shout out to you. I know that you will be going out to Huntington Beach, and I will close with my thoughts. And Mike, the first time that we talked, we hit it off because you share the same passion that we share. You've gone through the same struggles that we have where nobody believes in what you're going to do and everybody tells you it's not going to happen. And then what ends up happening is that ends up being the fuel to the fire to, you were better off not saying that to me than saying, no, you're not going to be able to do that. I'm going to tell you to continue to change the industry, continue to do what you're doing in your space, and whatever you need from us, you know that you can count on it because that's what we want to do. At the end of the day, yeah, look, everybody needs to make money, right? And we've talked about a lot of times, money's not the motivator here. It's about changing the industry. It's about doing what's right. And it's about helping those that are coming new into the industry to give them the right tools. And the only thing that we're going to be able to do is look at this 10 years later and go, we were at least able to make changes in so many people's lives, right? We can't change the entire industry. Yep. But if we can get out there and there could be 10 or 15 people doing the same thing, then what we do get to do is we get to help those that are coming up. So big shout out to you. I love what you're doing. I love your passion. Just keep doing it. And now what you need to do is you need to go back to those that told you that you couldn't do it and open 3 or 4 or 5 of those freaking showrooms. And then you have me on and then I'll sit on there and be like, I told you so right there.
Yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And that's our plan.
Yeah.
More
I love it. So anyways, hey, hope everybody had a great time. Thomas, Amon, thank you for coming on. You guys were absolutely amazing. Mr. Flawless, bummer that you're not here, bro. This feels weird when you're not kind of in the studio. We're going to have to lift that ban. So let's talk to your daughter and let's just maybe have that baby next week. Let's get this over with.
The pregnancy.
Yeah.
Go induce it and get it over with.
I'll send her a text. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for coming out. I hope that everybody has a great weekend, a great Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Catch me and John next Wednesday on the Instagram Live. Not sure what we're going to talk about, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Thanks for listening to the Pool Nation podcast, a member of the Pool Nation family. You can listen to us live every Friday here at 9 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Central, and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. You can find us at Pool Nation or poolnationpodcast.com, on Facebook, or on Instagram at pool.nation. And to find more info about Pool Invoice, the billing software built specifically for the pool industry, go to poolinvoice.com. Before you go, this is what the pool industry has been waiting for. PoolmanUniversity.com. It's the first platform dedicated to learning the swimming pool service and repair industry. A pool service community where you can connect and find videos on physical business, service, water chemistry, and repairs. See you there at poolmanuniversity.com.